Hi, it's Ilona here. Today I want to share with you some of my most recent orchid purchase. The one in front of you here is a Miltonopsis Linda Linga. It is absolutely beautiful. Now I bought it at a local garden nursery. I didn't get it at yesterday's orchid show, but I just had to show it to you. It is so beautiful. Let's see, turn it around. It's healthy, and what's more important, look at this. I'll be able to enjoy these flowers for a while. I've had it about 2 weeks, and when I went into the garden center, I was really looking for outdoor plants, and I just saw, of course I saw the orchid, so I went over to look, and this orchid was lying on its side. It was sort of buried by Phalaenopsis orchids, and I thought, oh, I took it out and looked at it, and I have to have it. It looks very, very healthy. Like I said, I've had it a couple of weeks, and the flowers are beautiful. And let me just sit down here so I can show you this. I took it out of its pot, and it was one of those black pots, and put it into one of these. It just happened to fit nicely into one of these plastic pots with the air holes, so I'm hoping that it will be okay. I'm not going to repot it until the second these bloom here. So I'm thinking the roots look okay, because if I repot it, then I'm going to lose all the flowers, and I don't want to do that. So that's the first thing. Now Miltonopsis, I haven't really had any before, but I just love the look of them. They're so pretty. I just have it sitting on the kitchen table here in the kitchen. I usually feature whatever orchid is growing the best, or flowering the best, I should say, here. So this gets the star billing right now. Okay, so I just put the tag in, put it into its decorative pot, and then set it over on the side on the kitchen. Now this orchid I did get at the orchid meeting yesterday. It's a Phalaenopsis, and it's a cute little sweet little one, and it's fragrant, just as my Miltonopsis, the one I showed you before, is fragrant. This is a Phalaenopsis Louise Berry, and unfortunately the grower had 3 of them, and I happened to get the last one. I saw people walking around carrying these, so I ran over to the table and I was able to purchase the last one. It's of course isn't the nicest one, but you know what? At least I got it, and it has a very nice scent. And plus it's healthy too. Now when I got it home, I took it out of the pot and I looked, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to take a chance and not repot it, because these roots look good. If I repot it, I'm going to lose these lovely flowers. So what I did instead was I took it out. It came in this pot, and I cut those slits in there. I just took it out. It was easy to come out. Didn't damage anything, and I cut those slits in there to give it some air, and then it just fits in quite nicely. You see, I didn't have any trouble putting it in, and I made sure none of the spag moss is close to the stem, because I have lost orchids to stem rot because I had put the moss too close, and then of course they died. And then I'm thinking, here I'm trying to do something good, and I'm just doing the opposite. So this little this one is a real little sweetie. So that's the second orchid that I got. The third orchid that I got recently is this one here, this Paphopedilum. I haven't had too great luck with Paphopedilums. So I bought seedlings, and they were taking forever to grow. So I decided, you know what? From now on, I'm going to buy them when they have a flower on them. So I purchased this one. And you know, I was thinking about it, trying to decide whether to purchase, and I didn't like the fact that it was all crunched up like this, the sequential blooming. And unfortunately, on the way home, I did that to this poor little thing. But I'm thinking, you know what? I do kind of like it. And this is the first blossom on this. And it looked reasonably healthy. When I got home, I sprayed here the base with, what do you call it? Hydrogen peroxide. And I'm not going to repot it. Let's see if I can pull it. Well, I can't get it out with my one hand. But the roots look okay, even in this pot. Now, I didn't have a plastic pot to put this in. If I put it in a plastic pot, I'd have to add more moss to fill it out because the 4-inch pot was a little bit big. But you know what? I just might do that yet. And then because it has all those air holes in it that I like so much. But this is pretty healthy looking considering. And I like the fact that it's a sequential bloomer. And it has these, and then it has some more here. Whoops. Here and here. Now, I'm hoping that the next time it blooms, it won't be so crowded because it's the first blooming. I know I've always seen pictures online or even at orchid shows, like there's space, nice space between the blossoms, but I like the color of the flowers so much, and I know you know that shouldn't be your deciding factor, but in this case I thought I like it. And has a Pinocchio. It's a Fallon and has Nike Sunny Delight by Pinocchio Bright Angel. Here, just let me show you the, oops. And I like the Pinocchio flower. I forget who, someone online had a video about just a pure yellow Pinocchio. And I really like the look of it. So I got this one. And then later on, I thought if I see another Pinocchio one, I'll buy it. But this is looking okay. So I'm hoping, I did even see a small, I don't know if you can see it, probably not. Oh, you probably can't see it. But in there, it looks as if there's some kind of new growth happening. So we'll see. Anyway, I got this one and I'm quite happy with it for this first time. If it, as I said, in next blooming, I'm hoping that the flowers are further apart, because I've heard people say, oh, well, it's only its first flower, so it's not at first flowering, so it's not at its best. And I hope that it will be. And I also learned when I was doing the volunteering at the Orchid show that these pouches can move over simply by having them changing the position of light. So people who are really into growing orchids to win awards, like they're aware of all of this, and they just place everything a certain way so that the flower, the light will encourage the proper growth. Because I remember seeing one absolutely beautiful orchid there, and the judges said, oh, it's a shame that its little pouch is off a bit, and the other judge said, well, that's probably because they had moved it from its light source or whatever. So I'm not really interested in showing my orchids. For me, if an orchid blooms in my kitchen, it's a winner. If I can get it to rebloom, it's a winner. That's how I'm thinking about it. So that's my other purchase. So my final purchase is this Encyclia Cordillera. Now I'm having to show you a picture of it on my little iPad because I got it and it was discounted because the bulb, let me show you here if you can see it, the bulb just started to have a bit of black, and I looked at it and I thought, you know what, that just seems if it's on the outermost layer. I'm wondering if I can take a chance, take it home, clean it up with hydrogen peroxide, and then put some, cinnamon on it to dry it up. I've had luck with that before. So when I was trying to decide whether to do this or not, and I thought, you know what, well, what if I never see another one of these? and I really like them. So I thought, you know what, I'll take a chance and I will do it. And I didn't think I could have left it for the video, but I tend to be impulsive, and when I saw that, I instantly cut the flower stalk off last night when I got home, and repotted it into, after sterilizing it, and repotted it into my mixture of those little clay balls and the moss, as you see. So I'm hoping it's nice and airy. The roots were fantastic. So I can't, just a sec here. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, the roots were really good, and I'm thinking, look at this, wonderful leaves, wonderful roots, and the problem's starting to be this bulb is getting rotten. And let me just show you what the stuff, the potting material was. I wrapped this up last night and threw it out, and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to dig it out and I'll go and dig it out and show you. So this is like, it's very wet and it's just very crumbly. And what happened was one of these little black things, I think one of these was leaning against that bulb, and that was causing the black rot to happen. And because this is pretty well done. So I looked at it, and it's a pretty open mix. It's just too old. So I thought, okay, then I will put it into my mixture of the little clay balls and the sphagnum moss to give it an open feeling. So I'm hoping that it comes along, because it is quite, I'm sorry, I'm just wild with this camera here. It's bad when you tend to talk with your hands, tend to move your hands when you talk. So this, it looked good, and then, not that one, this one here, there were some of them. Now they looked a bit, I don't know, I guess maybe the plant was old. It's been flowering for a while. It looked a little bit dry or dehydrated, but you know what? I'm hoping it'll come along. And so then I will have it, because I can't always get the orchids that I want locally, so I have to compromise and decide, okay, if I wanted a perfect orchid, then I may never get one. So then it becomes like, how much damage in an orchid can I tolerate? And I can tolerate very little leaf damage, because you're looking at the leaves all the time when the orchid isn't blooming, and then that would just drive me nuts. So I try not to get damaged leaves, but I've been known to buy orchids with damaged leaves and cut the leaves off so I don't have to look at them. But anyway, so I've got this one I have high hopes for. Now it won't bloom for a while because of that. I'll have to take care of it. But and then this little Phalaenopsis, this sweet little scented Phalaenopsis. What was it again? Oh my God, my memory is Louise Berry. Quite nice little one. And then my lovely Paphopedilum, that I'm hoping will look really nice. Well, thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. And please comment, share, subscribe. It's fun to read the comments and build a community around your videos and hear from different people with different experiences. I know I really enjoy that, and I hope you do too. So till next time, bye.